quality. Let's start. So let's begin with the mission. Mission. Laguna University is committed to produce academically prepared and technically skilled individuals who are socially and morally upright. For the vision, Laguna University shall be a socially responsive educational institution of choice, providing holistically developed individuals in the Asia-Pacific region. And for the core values, integrity, faith, excellence, empowerment, love, humility, and diversity. Okay, before we start sa ating module, as part of our introduction, let me read to you one of the story about building doon sa San Francisco. Noon, meron daw nagtayo ng isang gusali. Meron nagtayo ng building sa sentro ng San Francisco. So they cleared the space for the building. Siyempre, pag magkatayo ka ng building, you need to prepare the location. Kailangan mong linisin yung lugar, you need to prepare the location. So they cleared the space for the building. Nagsimula sila na magbaon ng mga bakal na poste or steel beams dun sa lupa. At ang naging challenge nila dito, nahirapan sila sa pagbabarena ng lupa. Nahirapan sila sa pagdidrill ng lupa para maipasok nila yung mga poste. It was hard work drilling on the ground for the beams. At some point, they said that the beams were in the ground good enough. Sabi nila, sapat na yan. Okay na yan. Okay na daw yung pagbabaon ng mga poste. Pero ang totoo, nahihirapan lang sila. Pagkatapos ng ilang panahon, natayo na nila yung gusali. Nagawa na nila yung building. At yung building na yon, napakadaming floor. Napakadaming palapag. They build very luxurious living quarters in the building. Napakaganda at napakataas. At sinimulan nilang ibenta yung mga unit sa napakataas na presyo. At marami din naman yung nag-avail. Isang araw, merong isang nangungupahan sa gusali na naghulog ng jolen or holen o yung marbles dun sa sahig. At merong kakaibang nangyari. May kakaibang nangyari dun sa jolen na yon kasi yung jolen na yon o yung marble na yon, gumulong yung marble sa sahig. At yung pagkakagulong ng marble, hindi siya normal na pagkakagulong. It indicates na nakatabingi na pala yung gusaling yon. Hindi na pala pantay yung building na yon. Sa tingin nyo, ano kaya yung naging dahilan? Ano yung naging reason kung bakit nagkaganon ang gusali? Sayang, napakataas pa naman din at napakaganda pa man din nung napaka-luxurious ng building na yon, pero nagkaganon. Hindi na ilagay ng mga tagapagtayo ng ang pundasyon sa matibay na bato o dun sa bedrock na tawag. At dahil ito sa nahirapan silang butasan yung lupa. Dahil dito, unti-unting tumagilid ang gusali. At alam nyo, the same situation ang maaring mangyari sa mga technology na meron tayo ngayon. Marami tayong mga magaganda at kaakit-akit na teknolohiya sa panahon natin ngayon, katulad na lamang ng artificial intelligence, machine learning, business intelligence, blockchain, at iba pa. Kailangan ng mga technology na to ang matibay na pundasyon, katulad ng building dito sa ating story sa San Francisco. Kailangang nakabatay ito sa dekalidad at maasahan na datos o yung natawag natin na data quality. So ganun po kahalaga na meron tayong data quality. At dito papasok yung ating first lesson sa module na to, lesson number 1, data as a business asset or liability. While data can be a valuable business asset by offering tangible business results, it has some serious limitations and can become a huge liability if not managed well. So yung isa daw data, pwede siyang maging business asset, pwede din siyang maging business liability. Depende sa paggamit natin nito. Ngayon, kung hindi natin siya nagagamit ng maayos, hindi natin siya na-manage ng maayos, magiging liability ito sa isang business. For example, collecting data without a defined business purpose will result in a huge data volumes, ultimately resulting in an increased complexity and cost due to data management. So dahil nag-collect ka ng napakadaming data, hindi naman related sa business mo, hindi mo naman siya magagamit. So dahil dito, magkakaroon ka ng napakadaming volume ng data o yung information overload nga tinatawag natin. At ito, magkakaroon ka ng cost kasi may cost po yung data management. So hindi siya magiging maganda sa iyong business. Another example, data takes up vast amounts of energy to store, secure, and process, resulting in an increase in the carbon footprint for the business. So kapag sobrang dami ka ng datang tumatakbo dun sa business mo, ang dami ng data na meron ka sa data storage mo or sa database mo, magiging malaki din daw ang iyong carbon footprint. At hindi to healthy sa iyong business at hindi din ito healthy sa kalikasan or sa environment. And this make it less attractive for investors considering their growing interest in ESG. Kasi maraming investor ngayon, mga business, corporation, or even individuals, ang interesado na sila sa ESG o yung environmental, social, and governance. Nakakommit sila doon, talagang yun yung focus nila. So pag nalaman nila na yung business mo ay napakataas ng carbon footprint dahil nga sa hindi mo na ma-manage ng maayos yung data na meron ka, so baka hindi sila mag-invest doon sa business mo. So, hindi siya magiging maganda. So, isa siyang business liability kapag hindi natin nagamit ng maayos ang data. Another example, cyber criminals are drawn to organizations that have large volumes of data. Di ba sa atin, pag tayo ay namamasyal o kapag tayo ay pumupunta sa mataong lugar, anong bilin sa atin? Huwag ilalabas yung mga alahas, huwag ilalabas yung cellphone, huwag maglalabas ng maraming pera. Kasi pag nakita to ng mga snatcher, magiging target ka nila. Susubaybayan ka nila at ikaw yung magiging target nila. So ibig sabihin, kailangan maging maingat tayo. Gawin din naman sa ating data. Kapag nalaman ng mga cyber criminals na ang company mo o ang business mo napakadaming data, meron siyang large volumes of data, pwede siyang maging target ng mga cyber criminals at magiging delikado ito sa iyong organization. Many cyber crimes and data breaches in the last few years are associated with organizations that have large databases. Yun yung target nila, yung mga malalaki na databases, yung pinapasok nila. Kasi mas marami silang makukuha na data mula doon. Nagagamitin nila siyempre sa hindi maganda. And another, managing data also entails privacy compliance. Siyempre, kailangan mong isaalang-alang dito, you need to consider yung yung Privacy Act, yung Data Privacy Act. Hindi ka lang basta nagko-collect, nagpa-process nang wala lang. You need to comply sa mga batas. So managing data also entails privacy compliance. So nakita natin class na napakahalaga pala na tayo ay gumagamit ng data sa maayos na paraan. Kasi kapag hindi natin na-manage ng maayos ang data, pwede siyang maging data liability. Data is an asset only if it is managed well. If not, data is liability in business. Data is a business asset only when it is consciously captured and deliberately managed. If data is not managed well, data can become a huge liability that threatens the very existence of the firm. So pwede siyang maging asset, pwede rin siyang maging liability. It's either a gain or a loss. Pwede siyang makatulong sa business mo, pwede din siyang mapasama, maging cause ng threat sa iyong business. So dito papasok yung ating next lesson, lesson number 2, data governance, data management, and data quality. Often in the process of achieving the quality data, the term data governance, data management, and data quality are used interchangeably. So minsan, nakala natin isa lang itong mga to, no? Pero magkakaiba pala itong mga tatlong terminology na to. Data governance, data management, and data quality. Although, each of the three domains are different, kahit magkakaiba sila, a company must implement all three of them, yung data governance, data management, and data quality in order to gain the most value from data. So ano ba yung data management? Isa-isahin natin yung tatlong yon. Data management. Data management covers principles, practices, programs, systems, and processes a company must undertake to operationalize the data in its life cycle. So pinag-uusapan po sa data management yung life cycle. Ito yung from creation to deletion. Mula sa simula hanggang dun sa deletion, nandun po yung data management. Kaya nga ang cover niya, di ba, yung principles, practice, program, system, and processes. So napakalawak po ng data management. Napakalawak nito kasi from creation to deletion. It is the practice of collecting, keeping, and using data securely, efficiently, and cost-effective as per the data strategy of the organization. So pag sinabi natin data management, tandaan po ninyo na ito po ay from creation to deletion. Kumbaga, yung buong life cycle niya, sakop nito ng data management. Simula doon sa collecting, pagko-collect ng data, kung paano mo kinikip yung data na meron ka, at kung paano mo ginagamit ng tama at ng secure at ng cost-effective yung data na meron ka for your organization. Ang tawag doon, data management. Ano naman yung data governance? So data governance is a sub-discipline of data management. Pag sinabing sub, bahagi siya noong data management. So mas malawak ang data management compared sa data governance kasi ang data governance ay sub-discipline lamang ng data management. Data governance comes into play when there is data and that data comes from data management. Kasi paano ka naman mag-govern ng data kung wala ka pang data? So kailangan na meron pong data. Data governance is the organizational structure, data owners, policies, rules, process, business terms, and metrics in the end-to-end life cycle of data. Pag sinabi naman natin data governance, ito yung kung paano mo ino-organize, paano mo isinasaayos ang data na meron ka. Kaya sabi dyan, kasama din daw dyan yung organizational structure, data owners, policies, yung mga rules, mga process, kung paano mo magiging organize yung data na meron ka. Again, ito po ay sub-discipline ng data management. Next, data quality. Data is considered to be high quality if the data is for use in operations, tatlo po yan, operations, compliance, and decision making. Kasi alin mo yung napakadaming data kung hindi naman siya gagamitin for operations, compliance, or decision making. So the key criteria of the success for data governance function are availability of quality data for the business. Ang pinag-uusapan natin dito, hindi yung dami ng data, hindi yung quantity ng data. Ang pinag-uusapan natin dito, class, ay quality, high quality ng data. Basically, data management and data governance work together to to improve data quality. So yan po yung pinagkaiba at relationship ng tatlo pong iyan, yung data management, data governance, and data quality. Now, let's proceed sa last part ng ating lesson, lesson number 3, data quality dimensions. Ano ba yung mga dimensions nito? To define data quality comprehensively, it is important to understand the key dimensions of data quality. The word dimension is used to identify aspects of data elements that can be defined, quantified, measured, implemented, and tracked. And based on the work of Data Management Association, remember niyo po yung acronym na yan, Data Management Association or DAMA. These are the 12 different dimensions of data quality for a business enterprise. So meron daw 12 different dimensions of data quality. Ano-ano kaya yon? So ito po yung 12 different dimensions of data quality for a business enterprise. We have completeness, consistency, conformity or validity, uniqueness or cardinality, accuracy and precision, correctness, accessibility, data security, currency and timeliness, redundancy or data availability, coverage or fit for purpose, and last, yung pang 12, integrity. So yan po ang 12 different dimensions of data quality. At hindi ko na i-discuss isa-isa yung mga different dimensions na yan because it is already self-explanatory and provided naman ito sa inyong module na basahin ninyo para mapamiliarize ninyo yung mga definitions ng bawat data quality dimensions na ito. Again, meron tayong 12, 12 different data quality dimensions. For summary, modern technologies like AI, artificial intelligence, analytics, ML or machine learning rely on high quality data as a solid foundation, just like building rely on bedrock. Poor data quality can cause advanced systems and decisions to fail over time. Data can be an asset or a liability depending on how well it is managed. So pwede siyang maging business asset, pwede siyang maging business liability, depende sa paggamit natin ito. Data is a true business asset only when it is deliberately captured, governed, and managed. Data management focuses on handling data across its life cycle from creation to deletion. Data governance defines ownership, rules, policies, and accountability for data. Data quality means data is fit for use in operations, compliance, and decision-making. And based on the work of Data Management Association or DAMA, there are 12 different dimensions of data quality for business enterprise. So that's it. That's it class. So meron tayong exercises na provided dito. And you need to answer para naman malaman natin kung naintindihan natin yung lesson natin for today. So ito po ay true or false. Meron ditong 10 questions na true or false. Simulan natin. Number 1. While data can be a valuable business asset by offering tangible business results, it has some serious limitations and can become a huge liability if not managed well. Ano kaya to? True or false? Okay, so ang sagot po dito, class, ay ano ang sagot dito? True. Okay, the answer is true. Data management covers principles, practice, programs, systems, and processes. A company must undertake to operationalize the data in its life cycle that is from creation to deletion. True or false? Data management kaya to? So the answer is true. Number 3. Data governance is a sub-discipline of data management. Data governance comes into play when there is data and that data comes from data management. Data governance is the organizational structure, data owners, policies, rules, process, business terms, and metrics in the end-to-end life cycle of data. So the answer is, data governance kaya yan? Subdiscipline daw siya ng data management. So the answer is, number 3 is true. Number 4, data is considered to be high quality if the data is fit for use of operations, compliance, and decision making. So ano kaya sagot dito, class? True or false? So tandaan ninyo, tatlo po yan. Operations, compliance, and decision making. Para makonsider natin siya na high quality data. So the answer for number 4 is true. Number 5, to define data quality comprehensively, it is important to understand the key dimensions of data quality. So obviously, ang sagot po dito ay true. Number 5, the answer is true. Number 6, so try to answer yung ating mga questions to evaluate your understanding. Okay, number 6. The word dimension is used to identify aspects of data elements that can be defined, quantified, measured, implemented, and tracked. Number 6, true or false? So the answer is true. Okay, number 7. Based on the work of Data Management Association or DAMA, there are 16 different dimensions of data quality for a business enterprise. True or false kaya ito, class? Number 7. Based daw sa DAMA o Data Management Association, meron daw 16 different dimensions of data quality for a business enterprise. So the answer is false. Kasi 'di ba ilan dapat? 12. No, we have only 12 different dimensions. Ang sabi diyan 16. So the statement is incorrect. So the answer for number 7 is false. Number 8. Data integrity ensures that data is recorded exactly as intended and that when data is retrieved, it is the same as it was originally recorded. So ito, nasa module niyo po ito, class. Ito ay kasama doon sa data quality dimensions. Ito po yung pang-12 sa data quality dimensions. Sabi dyan, data integrity ensures that data is recorded exactly as intended. So the answer for number 8 is true. Let's proceed to number 9. Accuracy is the degree to which data truly reflects the business category, entity, or event. Again, accuracy is the degree to which data truly reflects the business category, entity, or event. True or false? Number 9. Okay, kasama ulit ito dun sa 12 dimensions of data quality o data quality dimensions. So ito yung pang-5 sa data quality dimensions. So the answer for number 9 is true. Accuracy po yan. And the last number 10, uniqueness or data cardinality ensures that there are no duplicate values for a data element. Again, number 10, uniqueness or data cardinality ensures that there are no duplicate values for a data element. It is true or false? Again, kasama ito doon sa data quality dimensions. Ito po yung pang-4 doon sa data quality dimensions na meron tayo according sa DAMA. Okay, the answer for number 10 is, ano kaya, true or false? The answer is true. Yan po ay uniqueness or data cardinality. Okay, with that, thank you for listening sa ating module number 2 and God bless us all.